Welcome everyone in another video where we are gonna crush freeCodeCamp course. And today we're gonna focus on some responsive web design challenges. So, what is responsive web design? Responsive web design is allowing our desktop to adjust to the width of your different mobile devices, whether it's laptop or PC or I don't know, tablet, whatever it is. So let's just go to the first lesson. Create media query. Okay, so media queries allow us to change the width of our elements, um, depend which depend on how our screen big is. Okay, so this is the example of a media query. Um, Max width 100 pixels, and what it means that this item will return a content the device width is less when the device width is less than or equal to 100 pixels. Okay, add a media query so that the p tag has a font size of 10 pixels when the device height is less than or equal to 800 pixels. Okay, so let's add media and when the device is height is less than or equal. So we need to use max width 800 pixels, and what we need to do is the p tag has a font size of 10 pixels. Let's see. As we can see, the text changes, and as we change our website, the text gets bigger, smaller and bigger. So this is how it works. Let's run. Of course, something's wrong. You should declare media query for devices with a height less than or equal to 800. Your p element should have font size of 10 pixels when device height is less or equal to 800. So maybe I did the wrong there. Let's test now. No, still not working. Minimum height, okay. Not width, but height. So the same thing with the height, but I'm not gonna change the height of the browser. Okay. As you can see, I've got all of my tasks completed already, but I just want to demonstrate you how it works. Make an image responsive. Okay, we can change any element we want based on our media queries, just like the image. So the max width of 100% will make sure the image is never wider than the container it is in, and the height of auto will make the image keep its original aspect ratio. Okay, add the style rules to the responsive image class to make it responsive. It should never be wider than its container. In this case, it's the preview window. and it should keep its original aspect ratio. After you have added your code, resize the preview to see how your images behave. So here we have our responsive image, and we're gonna do some funky stuff. We need to add some classes over here to make it responsive. Let's add max width of 100%, and now we can see that our image takes 100% of the parent div that it is in. And let's also change the height as an example. Height 100, not 100, but auto. Okay. As we can see, our image stays all the time properly compared to the parent div. Okay, next one. Use a Retina image for higher resolution display. Okay, but what is Retina? We've got some explanation here. The most famous such display is the one known as Retina display on the latest Apple MacBook Pro notebooks. Okay, that's just the simplest way to make your image properly appear on high-resolution displays such as MacBooks Pro Retina display is to define the width and height values at only half of what the original file is. Here's an example of an image that is only using half of the original height and width. Okay, so why we do this is to make the resolution better of the image on the bigger screens, I guess. Set the width and height of the image tag to half the original values. In this case, both the original height and the original width are 200 pixels. So let's change the image, img, 100, geez, height 100 pixels and width 100 pixels. The image is smaller, but on a bigger screens it will look better. Let's run, and it's done. And we got something more. Make typography responsive. So here we have we're gonna use em, rem. Instead of using em or px to size text, you can use the viewport units for responsive typography. Viewport units like percentages are relative units, but they are based off of different items. Viewport units are relative to the viewport dimensions of a device, and percentages are relative to the size of the parent container element. Yeah, so we can use view width, view height, view minimum, view max, and we gotta set the width of the h2 tag to 80% of the viewport's width and the width of the paragraph as 75% of the viewport's smaller dimension. Okay, so let's take our h2 tag and let's set width to 80% of our view width, and we want to now take our p element paragraph and set its width to 75. Viewport small dimension 75. View width like this. I hope so. And let's run. P tag should have 75 v min. Okay, so v min goes for viewport smaller dimension. Okay, so whatever dimension is smaller, it will adjust. Okay, as you can see, yeah, always staying at 75%. Cool. Let's run. And that's it.